The neon lights of Station Meridian's lower district cast purple and green shadows across the crowded marketplace. Casper, an albino dwarf dragon no larger than a house cat, perched on a cargo crate, his pearl-white scales shimmering under the artificial glow. His ruby-red eyes scanned the crowd with ancient wisdom that belied his small frame. The 3 Kravaxian mercenaries stumbled out of the nearby cantina, their exoskeletons clanking with each unsteady step. They were the type who thought size and numbers made them invincible, a common misconception in the galaxy's rougher stations. Look at that. The largest one slurred in galactic common, his mandibles clicking with amusement. A little white lizard. Must be someone's lost pet. Casper's tail twitched, but he remained still. He'd lived 300 years and knew when to pick his battles. These weren't his battles. The second Kravaxian grabbed a half-empty container of Centaurian ale from his companion. Let's see if it can fly. He hurled the liquid at Casper. The beer splashed across Casper's scales, the pungent smell stinging his nostrils. He hissed softly, wings spreading in instinctive defense. The crowd that had been browsing the market stalls fell silent, most vendors and customers being wise enough to recognize trouble brewing. Did it just hiss at us? The third mercenary laughed, reaching for his weapon belt. Should we skin it? I hear albino dragon scales fetch good prices on. Touch him again, and you'll learn why humans are still alive. The voice cut through the marketplace like a plasma blade through butter. Lily stepped out from behind a textile stall, her combat boots making no sound despite her purposeful stride. She was 19, lean and tall, with her father's steel-gray eyes and a scar running from her left temple to her jaw, a memento from the Outer Rim conflicts. The Kravaxians turned, their compound eyes struggling to focus through their intoxication. The largest one straightened, trying to salvage his dignity. This is none of your concern, human. Go back to your... Lily was already moving. Her father, Commander Marcus Chen, had trained her since she was 6. She'd seen 12 worlds and fought on 4 of them before she turned 16. These mercenaries were drunk, slow, and about to receive an education in why humans had earned their reputation. She grabbed the first mercenary's extended arm, used his own momentum to flip him over her hip, and sent him crashing into a fruit vendor's display. Purple xenomelons exploded across the deck plating. The second barely had time to process what happened, before Lily's elbow connected with his thorax, cracking the natural armor and dropping him, gasping, to his knees. The third mercenary, slightly more sober than his companions, reached for his plasma pistol. Casper launched from his crate, a white blur of scales and fury. Despite his small size, his claws were sharp enough to shred hull plating. He latched onto the mercenary's weapon arm, tearing through the softer joints in his exoskeleton. The Kravaxian screamed, dropping the weapon. Lily caught it mid-air, ejected the power cell, and tossed both pieces in opposite directions. Then she delivered a precise kick to the mercenary's knee joint, the weak point in every Kravaxian's armor, and he collapsed beside his companions. Station security arrived 30 seconds later, their boots thundering across the deck. The lead officer, a grizzled Terran veteran with more scars than smooth skin, took one look at the scene and sighed. Lily Chen. Should have known. Your father's going to hear about this. Lily shrugged, reaching down to let Casper climb onto her shoulder. The small dragon nuzzled against her neck, still dripping with beer. They started it, Sergeant Kowalski. Multiple witnesses. The marketplace vendors, suddenly finding their voices, erupted in confirmation. The textile merchant stepped forward. The human speaks truth. The Kravaxians attacked the dragon first. The girl only defended him. Kowalski looked at the 3 groaning mercenaries, then at Lily, then at the tiny dragon perched on her shoulder like some mythical familiar. He'd served with Marcus Chen in the Belt Wars. He knew the Chen family didn't back down from bullies, no matter what species they were. Get out of here, kid. Take your friend and clean him up. You 3, he pointed at the Kravaxians, are spending the night in the brig learning about station ordinances against assault and public intoxication. As the mercenaries were hauled away, still protesting weakly, the largest one called out, "It was just a stupid animal. Just a lizard." Lily turned back, her gray eyes cold as vacuum. "That stupid animal is Casper. He was defending Earth vessels from pirates when your species was still learning which end of a spear was sharp. He saved more lives than you've seen in your miserable existence. And yes, he's my friend." She walked away, Casper rumbling a satisfied purr on her shoulder. The crowd parted for them, many nodding respectfully. Everyone in the lower districts knew the stories. Humans bonded with everything. Other species called it madness. But they also knew that humans protected what they bonded with a ferocity that had won them respect across the galaxy. Back at their modest quarters in the station's residential section, Lily ran warm water in the cleaning unit, gently washing the beer from Casper's scales. The dragon submitted with patient dignity, occasionally huffing small puffs of smoke in contentment. "You know you could have just flown away," Lily said softly, working soap between his wing joints. Casper turned his ruby eyes to her and made a sound that might have been a laugh. They both knew the truth, neither of them ran from bullies. It was one of the many things they'd learned from Marcus Chen. Lily's comm unit chimed. Her father's face appeared, stern but with pride hiding in the corners of his eyes. "Kowalski sent me the report. 3 Kravaxian mercenaries in 1 minute. Not bad. They threw beer at Casper, Dad." Marcus Chen looked at the small dragon, now pristine white again and wrapped in a warm towel. His expression softened. "Well then, they got off easy." "That's what I thought," Lily grinned. Her father's image flickered. "I'll be back stationside tomorrow. Try not to start any wars before I get there." "No promises if anyone messes with my friends," Lily replied. As the comm disconnected, Casper spread his wings to dry, the membrane nearly translucent in the quarter's soft light. The galaxy was full of beings who judged by size, by appearance, by species. But humans had taught the galaxy a different lesson. Underestimate the small, the different, the bonded at your peril. And in a universe that often forgot that lesson, Lily Chen and her albino dragon were always ready to provide a reminder.